So the picture stack in Foundation 6 is really, really powerful. And this is going to be the first of a couple videos. And in this video, we're just going to be looking at using a single image. Okay. So if we look at the settings, you'll notice that I've actually already defined two different images. We have a normal image and then a retina image. When you define both images, on non-retina displays, the top image will be displayed. And then on retina displays, the larger retina image that you supply will be displayed. Now, retina obviously means you probably need to double the pixels. That means at least double the width and double the height of the image for the supplied area that you want. So this really is going to be a large image. So make sure you use your favorite image compression tools out there to make that image as small as possible. Now, notice at the top here, we can, by default, we can drag and drop images, but we can also define warehoused images. Now, when you warehouse an image, this is where you can actually define SVGs if you want to load an SVG in here, because you cannot drag and drop an SVG here when you're using the drag and drop mode. Okay. So if you want to actually warehouse and display an SVG that way, you're going to use warehouse. Now, we also have a video on the SVG stack that behaves a little bit differently. So check that out if you're interested in SVGs. And lastly, we have banner. And you might be wondering, well, what's banner? When you choose banner, this actually uses the banner image that is supplied inside the RapidWeaver page inspector. Now, why might this be useful? Let's say you had a banner image that you wanted to be different on every single page, and you wanted to supply a nice way to actually partial this picture stack, but then have the ability to change the picture on each page. So that you could actually do that using this banner option. Now, you only have one option with banner. You can't actually supply multiple images. You only get to use the banner image, and that's it. So whatever image you supply. You don't get any of the other advanced features. So there is some drawbacks to that. But it is a useful feature if that's what you want. Next, you can also obviously supply an alt tag for accessibility reasons and SEO. And then we can supply... And then next, we can actually define if we want to lazy load the image. Now, what is that? This is using some new techniques in some modern browsers that allows us to lazy load. And there's three options here. Never lazy load. You definitely want this set to never lazy load if the image is at the top of the fold, right? So if the image is at the top of your web page, you definitely do not want to lazy load that. But then there's a couple other things. Let the browser decide whether or not it should lazy load the image, or always lazy load. Okay. So if this particular image is maybe towards the bottom of your page, you probably want to set always lazy load, because what that's going to do is that's going to make your page load faster. And then the browser will just lazy load that image in the background. So definitely want to choose always lazy load if the image is going to be below visible view on page load. Next, we can add a link to an image. And then we have a few alignment options. We could do center image and also make sure the image fills the container. Because by default, the image will only grow to its maximum size. But if you want to make sure it always fills the container, even if it stretches the image larger than it really is, that's exactly what this fill container is. And next up is visibility, right? So it's really important that we actually added visibility directly to the picture stack instead of adding it to a visibility stack, right? The reason is modern browsers actually, if you set a image to, let's say, hide on mobile or something like that, the browser's smart enough to know that since we put the visibility directly on that image, it actually won't download that image for that browser width. So it's really nice. Now, obviously, if you're scaling your browser up and down, if that media query becomes relevant, the browser will download it when it's needed. However, by default on page load, it won't. This is really great to have the visibility directly as a setting inside picture. And then lastly, we have the custom classes so that you can apply all your favorite swatches to pictures. So if you want to add a border or round corners or things of that nature, this is where you can actually add even more functionality to the picture through swatches.